Hey and howdy, how's everybody doing today? I just wanted to talk really quickly about something I see as like something people complain about or as being kind of a no solution problem for a lot of lower MMR people, and that's drafting, and specifically other people you're playing with not knowing how to draft. So in this game, I got CK as an offlaner, we had PA as hard carry, we had Chen as a jungler, we had Sand King as a mid. So naturally, considering we're missing a hard support, he decides to go and pick Viper. And so Viper isn't a great pick here. It's actually a horrible pick here. And I could have just flamed Viper, gotten angry, tried to contest for farm. But instead, what I'm going to suggest you do if you're in this kind of situation where there's too many cores, not enough supports, is just play support as a carry. And that might sound like a horrible idea. Like, especially to anyone who's in a decent MMR, that especially sounds like a horrible idea. But you really don't need to do a lot to have game impact. So I know that I'm super not in a good place here. And I know I'm not going to do well, and that this isn't an optimal role for Chaos Knight. My only goal is to have PA do well. Because, especially at lower Mars, if you just have your carry do well, it really doesn't matter. So, start of this, we're going to go try to gank with Viper. Viper's not going to know how pathing works. He's going to just kind of screw this up. Just watch. We go through. He cuts downward for some reason. We go for Medusa. He walks under tower. It's not good. I think I die here. Yeah. I should have walked up. But regardless, that's a bad play. It's not going to matter. This entire replay is just filled with me making bad choices, filled with poor decisions. It's literally just the impact of not having to contest for farm by actually having a quote-unquote support, having somebody putting down wards. That's all the difference you need to make in this situation. So, they're going to keep harassing PA. Clockwork there is going to try to get a kill. I was kind of chilling around. Come in. Commit stun. And that's it. I didn't do much in that fight, but it's enough. At this point, she's 1-0. That's tied with the person I fed first blood to. Net worth, I think she's the highest. Yeah. It's that kind of thing. You don't need to be doing too much. If we skip ahead, I'm pretty sure I fed like crazy this game. 17 minutes in, I have 1,300 net worth. That's less than if I stood still. I'm spined, kills, death assists. I'm 0-5-9 at this point. But PA's 8-2-1. And that's important because she's, for farm now, if I go to also then, again, to net worth. She has a Desolator. That's not great, but still. She just entered a Javelin. That's an okay amount of farm. It's just that kind of effect of we're not trying to split too much farm. Lion here was super greedy for some reason. I don't know. He ended up being tied with their Clockwork. And so I guess they were trying to do dual support clock maybe? I don't know. Didn't make a lot of sense for a person who built treads. And now Cute Animagil just gets ahead and she just keeps being ahead. Skip ahead again. At this point in the game, I am still the lowest value person by far. I think I had to ult for something, so then I was farming afterwards. But PA, the important thing is we're doing better. And Medusa gets ahead here in farm, but we still have the next highest 3. And that's because we're not trying to split. We weren't trying to split farm. We weren't trying to. I ended up building a Solar Crescent medallion. Medallion of Courage and Ganem Scepter because if you're just trying to itemize, just do whatever you can to have the most support impact possible. People are going to understand if you do this that you're not a great pick for that, and nobody's going I've never gotten flamed for. I've done this in a lot of games. I've had where people have bad drafts, and people are generally understanding if you're forced in that position. I roamed Meepo once because somebody decided that they had to be mid, and I didn't want to fight for that, and that was a game I won. I've got it. That was a while ago. I've played support as Clockwork. I've played support as other carries. You can, especially at lower skill levels, you can do this kind of thing. It's not going to be too damaging. If you watch, Waga Smurf, he'll play, Carry Ogre Magi, or you'll play things that aren't in the role that they're supposed to be in. It's fine. It's much better to have an actual draft of sorts. And yeah, was it Viper's fault for not picking a hard support and not being willing to be part of the draft? Yes. Was that a dick move? Yes. Does just yelling at them and trying to fight for farm lose you the game? Yes. So it's that kind of trade-off, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't realize the option. Like, I'm 3-11 and 14 at this point. I am hella feeding. KDA, I'm pretty sure I've got the worst. It should say. The priority is kills over actual KD. So I got 3 kills and 8 more deaths, so that's fine. But PA is so far ahead at this point. She's 17 and 6. It doesn't matter. As long as you have decent lanes, and I think that's something a lot of people don't know. Like, they'll say, well, great, but people don't make good draft choices. You can make things work. We end up winning this game. Skip ahead near the end, and fast forward. We're going to go down here. ID ward a couple times. Go. Viper's going to rat. This is a shit show to show at 8 times speed. We win a fight. I guess we're just going to end. That's just how it works. I used Aegis on Viper so I could get better illusions. We win this game. I did horrible this entire game. I ended up 5-13 and 20. I did get commended for this game. If you make a smart choice, if you're willing to do that, you can win games. Like, just by getting a carry where they need to be. She will end up going 21, 8, and 10. Yeah, really good for the PA, but also, that's important. You can do a lot of things by just being willing to play the different draft.